Namaste. So it took Instagram not publishing any of my videos to make me want to put videos on YouTube, and I decided that with Jupiter and Leo, I wanted to just open up the channel to I wrote some things down. So I just didn't want to miss out, because it seems like everybody's putting their imprint, their memories on technology into this technological world, and they're sharing, and I get a lot out of some of it. I get a lot out of things like channeling and hypnosis and women's journeys. I love the study of astrology, plants, planets, stars, constellations, energies, and stories of hosts, conjunctions, trines, transits, and squares. I see faith grows and sometimes fades, like the breath or the summer high or really good day. I've struggled with all those things, with women's weight and struggles and van life and just what to eat and menopause and how to stay healthy and how to stay positive. I've always really tried to reflect and look at myself and be better at showing up when I can see that I need to be better. I love and am really entertaining some very specific channels on YouTube. Mostly I'm trying to stay away from like scrolling mindlessly and watching things on Instagram. And I try to steer myself toward people that I've been watching for a long time that either channel or talk about astrology and things that are happening through the planetary energies, and which is not the same, and or other things which I'm trying to learn about, like galactic history, which is really interesting to me, that there's so much information coming forth with the star systems and how we're related to that. And my main channel to watch for that is Portal to Ascension. I do love the idea of like Akashic records, but I came to just introduce myself a little bit like Alice in Wonderland or Enola Holmes. I tend to be a good quiet listener who, I study, I practice, I cultivate some skills, and I love to do things in the spirit of devotion. I'm very much a questioner of man's ways. Like, should we have technology? Should we have cars? Should we eat processed foods? Should we do this? Should we do that? Should we all have to work all the time? Should we all have to have X amount of money? And I fancy myself to be pretty creative at finding solutions, less creative than I would have been had I not experienced quite a deal of trauma in my youth, and then devoted myself to, spiritual arts, the practice of yoga and meditation, massage therapy, and I hope to continue that path. And I want to share things that I've learned, because up until this point, it's been a very kind of foundational education that I have in some things. The physical body, the emotional body, and the intellect, and then healing, and also watching the planets transition and noticing just how much some of those flavors and actions of planets can affect us. So I'm most scared of finding out that I didn't try hard enough to create an online presence for myself where I just have a voice, where I just share nature and I say what things I did, and maybe I show you something that I made, or maybe I, did some self-massage and that helped somebody. So I really just wanted to open up the channel to doing things weekly or every other day that, could possibly help people. I said everything that I needed to say. I follow Mayan astrology big time. I will be working on doing some hypnosis. I want to do some really powerful and positive things, and I'm gonna give an excerpt because I have been working on this. I want my channel to be a little bit like if I was going to find a channel to go to sleep to, then I would be able to have provided that for myself. This has a beginning. So, you have reached the mountain top. Dear wild heart, you have worked with focus and wonder, cultivating strength, surrender, and flow as you climb. You have, through many, many efforts, sought to find and be a friend to your own true dear self. Always searching for reunion of the divine and fragmented self, home, tribe, while also calculating how to truly succeed as who you are. You are like a river. That is one of the most special, valuable pieces of your distinct divine blueprint. In the flow of this river, you find strength to be a solid anchor, and you change the vibrations or frequency of your channel to float or fold yourself into flight, finding new strength to fly with strong wings. As one with wonderland wind, free as nature and sovereign to yourself and your flock. Like angels navigating the corners of the heavens, fly free. Fly free. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. A friend, a true and honest, silent friend, you have always been. A deep listener who was always patient and kind, and is deeply engaged in the most loving and lovely act of service. Always do the will of one of the 20 gods, one of the 20 day signs who are the gods, windows and doorways, rooms filled with the lessons of life that make suffering rich with the golden light of wisdom. That is the I am light. That is what everyone is seeking. find your true self and the true expression of your true self. And fearlessly, if you can, navigate following that path. Namaste.